We are living in uncertain times. Right now, more than half of all U.S. households say they are living paycheck to paycheck. Not only poor families, but middle class households too. People with jobs, mortgages, and retirement accounts. People who did everything they were told to do, and yet they are still only one emergency away from financial collapse. If that hits a little too close to home, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not stuck. Here is the reality. We are all navigating the same rough seas together, but some of us are out there trying to weather the storm, floating in a small dinghy with inadequate financial resources, while others are comfortably sailing on a seaworthy ship built on a solid financial foundation. The storm is the same for all of us. The vessel is what makes all the difference. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact financial survival guide followed by Paul and Linda, a couple whose journey mirrors what millions of middle-class families are facing right now. They went from quietly drowning in debt and anxiety to building a ship that no economic storm can capsize. The threats to your financial well-being are real. Wars, prolonged inflation, AI threatening entire industries, environmental catastrophes, a health insurance system on life support. The threats are multiplying and they are not going away. But here's what is also true. Uncertainty only destroys the unprepared. When you have a plan, a storm isn't a disaster, it's just weather. This is your plan. Let's get into it. Welcome to Millionaire Thinking, where we are dedicated to helping you achieve, protect, and expand your financial freedom. Today, we are not going to simply complain about the cost of living crisis crushing millions of American families. We are going to deconstruct it and then hand you real, actionable solutions by following the example of Paul and Linda. Like millions of Gen Xers, Paul and Linda did everything by the book. College degrees, a house in the suburbs, stable careers, 2 kids, consistent 401k contributions. They were model citizens of the American middle class. And then, seemingly overnight, the math stopped working. The same grocery cart that cost their family $250 a week just a few years ago was now running $340, a 36% increase without a single extra item in the cart. Their property taxes surged. Their home insurance premiums jumped due to regional environmental risks. And their jobs, both of which had felt rock solid for years, suddenly landed in the crosshairs of new enterprise AI software. They were out on that stormy sea, floating in a dinghy, and they were taking on water fast. But here's where Paul and Linda changed the story. Instead of panicking, or worse, ignoring the warning signs, they decided to stop being passengers on a sinking ship and become the captains of a new one. They took their power back. What follows is the exact step-by-step survival guide they used to turn everything around. Chapter 1, Patching the Hull, the Financial Reality Check. The first thing Paul and Linda had to do was face the truth head on. Not a softened version of it, the real, unfiltered picture of where they stood financially. Here's why this matters. You cannot fix a leak if you do not know where the water is coming in. For years, they had practiced what I call hopeful budgeting. They paid their fixed bills, spent what was left on variable expenses like restaurants and entertainment, and hoped there would be enough left over at the end of the month to save. In a stable economy, hopeful budgeting might keep you afloat. In an unstable one, it will sink you. So Paul and Linda made a switch. They adopted zero-based budgeting, a system where every single dollar earned is assigned a specific job before the month begins. Total income minus expenses, debt payments, savings, and investments equals absolute zero. Every dollar has a name and a purpose. When they laid everything out on the table for the first time, what they found was both eye-opening and uncomfortable. They discovered phantom subscriptions they hadn't used in months, quietly draining their account. They realized their habit of ordering takeout, driven by exhaustion after long workdays, was costing them over $600 a month. But the single biggest leak in their haul? High-interest consumer debt. Thanks to the Federal Reserve holding interest rates higher for longer to combat prolonged inflation, the credit card debt Paul and Linda had accumulated, primarily from an emergency home repair and some online shopping, was compounding aggressively and bleeding them dry. So they built a plan. They chose the Avalanche method. Rather than paying off the smallest balance first for a quick psychological win, They ruthlessly targeted the debt with the highest interest rate first. In a high-rate environment, math beat psychology every time. They cut their lifestyle to the essentials: no vacations, no eating out. All non-essential spending was paused. Every spare dollar was aimed directly at that high-interest debt like a laser. In doing so, they found themselves leaning on a philosophy their grandparents, who had survived the Great Depression, had passed down to them as kids. Use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. It had sounded old-fashioned back then. Sitting at their kitchen table with a debt payoff plan in front of them, it sounded like wisdom. And before long, for the first time in years, Paul and Linda were consumer debt-free. The weight was gone. They had stopped taking on water. The hole was patched. Chapter 2: Expanding the Lifeboats, Building a 12-month Runway Fund. The old conventional wisdom said to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. But Paul and Linda looked at the new reality. A world where AI can eliminate entire departments overnight, where finding a new equivalent-paying job can take the better part of a year, and they quickly realized 3 months was not going to cut it. They set a new goal: a 12-month runway fund, 1 full year of living expenses sitting in reserve. With their high-interest debt gone, they kept their lifestyle lean and redirected every freed-up dollar toward building that runway. But here's the critical question: where do you park that much cash when inflation is constantly threatening to erode its purchasing power? You do not leave it sitting in a traditional bank account earning 0.01% interest. That is a slow, silent loss. Paul and Linda did their research. Their solution was elegant. They kept 2 months of pure liquid cash in a high-yield savings account for immediate access. The remaining 10 months were deployed into a ladder of short-term U.S. Treasuries and low-risk money market funds, earning a yield that actually competed with inflation, were state tax exempt, and were backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government. They weren't just saving their runway fund, they were protecting it and making it work for them at the same time. Before we move on to the next chapter, which is arguably the most important one for anyone worried about job security in the age of AI, I want to take one quick moment. If this content is genuinely helping you think differently about your financial situation, please like the video and click the subscribe button. Subscribing is free, and it ensures you never miss a guide like this one. We sincerely thank you. Now let's get back to Paul and Linda. Chapter 3: Upgrading the Engine, AI-proofing your income. With their defensive foundation now solid, it was time for Paul and Linda to go on offense. Because here's the truth: the greatest long-term threat to the middle class isn't just inflation. It is income stagnation and obsolescence. Linda works in mid-level logistics management, an industry directly in the crosshairs of AI automation. Rather than waiting in fear for the disruption to reach her desk, she made a decisive move. She dedicated 5 hours a week to learning the exact AI tools threatening her field: prompt engineering, AI-assisted data analysis, and workflow automation. She stopped being the person AI could replace and became the person who operated the AI. She made herself indispensable. The result? A 20% salary increase. Meanwhile, Paul, who works in sales, had a different realization. Depending on a single income source, no matter how secure it feels today, is the ultimate financial vulnerability. So Paul and Linda adopted what I call the rule of 3, cultivating 3 distinct streams of income. Stream 1, primary active income, your career, your business, your main engine. Stream 2, scalable side income, a freelance skill, a digital product, a consulting service. Paul leveraged his sales background and experience with CRM systems to start consulting on weekends for local small businesses, helping them build and optimize their customer relationship infrastructure. It started small, it grew steadily. Stream 3, passive investment income, dividends, interest, capital gains, money that works while you sleep. By building 3 distinct streams, Paul and Linda ensured something powerful. If one stream gets disrupted by a layoff, an economic shock, or an industry shift, the ship keeps sailing. Chapter 4: Installing the Navigation System, Investing for the Long Game. You cannot save your way to wealth, full stop, especially not in today's economic environment. For your financial situation to genuinely improve over time, your money must work harder than you do. One of the most common traps Paul and Linda had to consciously avoid was letting economic insecurity paralyze their investment decisions. Fear is expensive. People who stockpile cash waiting for the right moment to invest are quietly watching inflation erode everything they've saved. Paul and Linda internalized a fundamental truth. Over a long enough timeline, the stock market transfers wealth from the fearful to the patient. So they automated their investing. They did not attempt to time the market, pick individual winners, or chase the latest speculative trend. Instead, they committed to the single most powerful wealth-building tool available to everyday investors: broad market, low-cost S&P 500, and total stock market index funds. Consistent contributions, every month, regardless of what the market was doing. They also recognized the need to hedge against prolonged inflation through hard assets. Since their home already served as a primary inflation hedge, they allocated a small percentage of their portfolio to fractional real estate investing in commodities. As the cost of living rose, the value of their asset base rose with it. They weren't trying to get rich overnight. They were building lasting compounding wealth, systematically, patiently, and automatically. Chapter 5: Reinforcing the Armor, Navigating the Insurance Crisis. This final chapter is the most overlooked piece of the entire survival guide, and ignoring it is one of the most costly mistakes a family can make. We are living through an era of unprecedented environmental disasters and a healthcare system under extraordinary strain. A single major medical emergency, one natural disaster, one lawsuit. Any one of these events can erase years of disciplined wealth building in a matter of minutes. Risk mitigation is not optional, it is essential. Here is exactly how Paul and Linda hardened their defenses. First, they overhauled their life insurance. They dropped their expensive whole life insurance policies, products designed more to benefit the salesperson than the policyholder, and replaced them with affordable, high-coverage term life insurance that fully protected their income during their peak earning years at a fraction of the cost. Second, they audited their property insurance. With environmental risk profiles shifting dramatically across the country, they discovered that their standard homeowners policy quietly excluded coverage for floods and windstorms in the fine print. They added specific riders to close those gaps. And since they now had a robust 12-month Runway Fund in place, they raised their deductible strategically, which helped offset the cost of the added coverage. Third, they shopped their auto insurance and saved $1,000 annually, simply by spending a couple of hours on a Friday afternoon reviewing their policy with an independent agent. They then took a portion of those savings and purchased an umbrella insurance policy to shield their growing assets from liability exposure. Finally, and this is the one most people completely miss, they maximized their HSA. For those with access to a health savings account through their employer, the HSA is one of the most powerful financial instruments available to ordinary Americans. It is triple tax advantaged. Contributions go in tax-free, the money grows tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses come out tax-free. No other account does all three. Paul and Linda made a deliberate decision. They would not treat their HSA as a checking account for copays and prescription pickups. They treated it as a dedicated, untouchable retirement investment account, specifically earmarked for the healthcare costs that will come in the decades ahead. That shift in mindset alone will be worth tens of thousands of dollars to them in retirement. Those are the 5 chapters of the survival guide that Paul and Linda used to completely transform their financial situation, and they can work for you too. The journey from that couple sitting overwhelmed at the kitchen table, staring at a pile of debt and dread, to where they stand today, confident, debt-free, diversified, and genuinely prepared, did not happen overnight. It took 2 years of deliberate, disciplined, intentional action. They eliminated toxic debt. They built a 12-month financial fortress. They made themselves indispensable in an AI-driven economy. They invested automatically and consistently. and they protected everything they built with a strong layer of strategic risk mitigation. Here's the truth about where we are today. The middle class as we once knew it is fracturing, splitting between those who are prepared and those who are being left behind. That divide is only going to widen. But uncertainty does not have to mean vulnerability, not for you. When you are on a seaworthy ship, a storm is not a catastrophe. It is just weather you sail through. So here is your action item for today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Open a blank document or grab a piece of paper and do your own financial reality check. Write down every dollar coming in and every dollar going out. That single act of honesty is the foundation everything else is built on. Start there. If this survival guide gave you real value today, please take a few seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to Millionaire Thinking. Share this video with someone in your life who you know is struggling right now. Someone floating in that dinghy who deserves a better ship. Until next time, keep thinking like a millionaire and start building your ship today. See you in the next video.